Anyways, moving on to the Premier League run-in. It's getting to that time of the season where the sun is setting later.
It's so.
It's rising earlier.
Mode right now.
It's when the sun's
There's
out.
blossom trees out, Tom. We're going to be discussing our biggest shock over the season, our biggest disappointment of the season. Who is the breakout player? Worst transfer? Who wins the remaining trophies? Best take of the year and worst take of the year. Let's start off with who is your biggest shock over the season?
Forest.
Oh, yeah. I thought of it in a negative manner. Maybe
no, because that's
No,
disappointment.
it can be whatever perception you wish.
Wouldn't
Your
that
personal
be
biggest shock.
disappointment, though?
Your personal biggest shock.
I don't know. Well, so I've been very shocked with how bad Spurs have been.
They're my disappointment.
They're your disappointment. Oh, I've read this slightly different.
No,
But I
it's
will say,
your
I-
shock
because I think a
it's
lot
how
of
you
us.
perceive
I
it.
don't know where we predicted them, but I had Spurs down for a good season.
I had them fourth. I think,
Yeah,
or
and
third.
like the fact that they're
I said 7th, and we found that outrageous at the start of the season.
14th in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's shocking.
It's fucking.
Especially
very
how
shocked.
like you saw signs of them last year under Ange, like this will work, and with the summer transfer behind him. But
Forest is a great shout as well. I think no one's expected them to be in this where they are now.
Yeah, my personal one was. Well, obviously this is because I'm a Newcastle fan, but us winning a trophy, actually seeing that was my.
is
said
that
that.
a shock?
You said that would happen.
I mean, it is
Yeah.
a shock when you're not
Well,
done it for
well,
like.
wait,
I've
till West
been saying it and hoping it for like ever since I've been alive.
But I do feel like
it's a bit of a shock.
No, I get your point, but I do feel like we did have a lot of us were like suggesting Newcastle for maybe the League Cup or something like that.
I understand, but like I feel like it feels like that from the outside logically, but when you're on the inside, it just feels like whenever you got like our performance against Man United in the first time around was fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
And
you.
it was, you're going against Liverpool, and it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh fuck.
And
So
then
you've gone
afterwards, I was like, oh
Forest,
fuck.
Spurs, Newcastle's trophy.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's
Biggest disappointment of the season.
This
Spurs.
is easy. Arsenal.
I've got.
And that's not even.
That's not a bad
Not even
shout.
Dicks.
I've got-
I'm so disappointed with
I've got
this.
Arsenal not pushing for the title and being 12 points off Liverpool when so many other teams have dropped off.
Why don't you just say Arsenal?
That's very, very wordy.
But it is just like it is a bit disappointing. Like
Well,
the
yeah.
fact that this
Not a
is,
bit.
We understand why. It's not even that. It's all. You're out of every trophy as well,
No, we're not.
other than the Champions League.
Which we-
but you're
we're-
not going to win that, are you?
It has been a horrendous season for you overall. Like the second place will, like I guess, gloss it over when you look back on it. But being out of every trophy so
it's not
early.
even that. It's how early you are out of
Yeah,
like, the
that's what
FA
I-
Cup.
It's
And,
the
like,
frustration.
Out of both
Yeah.
of them, like you not
It's
even
just a bit
scoring a
frust-
goal
it's been
against
frustrating.
us.
It's definitely been a frustrating
Wasn't
season.
that was that quarter final as well or semi final?
Against United?
No, against Newcastle. Yeah, it was because you beat.
Who did we beat afterwards?
Yeah, it's quarterfinal.
Who did you beat in the semis?
We had
to get to
our run
Wembley?
was Forest, Chelsea, Arsenal.
Because Liverpool played
was it-
Spurs. Oh no, it was semis, wasn't it?
It was-
Arsenal
it must have been semi, yeah.
Semis?
I've got a semi
We lost to Man United in the FA Cup.
in the third round. That's
Yeah.
shocking.
So bad.
Really poor. Really poor. Very frustrating season. Very
Yeah.
frustrating. I know Liverpool have been very good in the Premier League, but we should be like we've dropped points where we shouldn't have dropped points.
Are you starting to see like it's just sort of same old?
Right. Okay.
He's asking a question.
No, that is a
No.
genuine. He takes that as dig, but like, how many seasons do we have to have the same conversation until you're like?
We've only
it
been-
is
it
kind
It is
of
like,
same
it is
old
like
Arsenal.
Groundhog Day, isn't it?
It's
No, but
same old Arsenal.
yeah, but also we've only been back pushing for the first in the last few years for the first time in like 20 years.
I just want to do my prediction now for next season. Arsenal will do really well, and then it'll get to about like towards the end of the season, and they'll drop loads of points.
Okay.
And can I lock that in for the next 5 years?
Who's your breakout player of the season?
I was between two.
They're both Arsenal.
One is I've got Miles Lewis. Is it Lewis Miles? Is it Miles Lewis Skelly?
Yeah.
Miles Lewis Skelly.
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, Skelly and then Kirkes.
Where was Kirkes before?
Kirkes.
Don't know.
Should we have a
I
look?
feel like this. Oh no. Wait, I was thinking of Xerxes there for some reason.
No. Yeah, the left back for Bournemouth.
Yeah, that's good.
He was at Bournemouth last season. He played
I think
33 games.
I think there's been a lot of breakout
but
players this
this-
season.
I did not realise he was at Bournemouth last
Neither
season.
did I, but I'm still saying it's a breakout. Like Skelly was at
He's 21.
Ranieri
yeah.
was at Arsenal last season, but his
Yeah.
breakout season's been this season.
I think.
But would you say that though, Tom? He did play 33 games last season.
But he
for
wasn't
Bournemouth.
this good.
No, he wasn't this good.
So I'd say that's okay. I'll just have Skelly then.
I've got Lewis Skelly, yeah.
I think Skelly, but I think the argument of having games last season, I feel like you can have a
still
breakout
have a break.
season.
This year's been his breakout for sure.
This year might have been so good for him that he might get moved to Liverpool.
Exactly.
Like, I'd still define even Isak's season as breakout because of in terms of the headlines and where you go and like that is your breakout into like that top echelon.
Isn't he just more he stayed fit?
He did get 25 goals last season.
Yeah, like Isak.
No, but he wasn't in that conversation at all when he was for me.
People were still saying he's one of the best. Like, and he was you signed him for like 70 million.
Yeah, Lewis, I don't think you can say his
He's had a breakout
this
season,
is not
definitely.
a breakout for Isak.
His 10th
could
year
say
in
Dan
professional
Burns
football
had a
cannot be his
breakout
breakout year.
Yeah, you're fucking weird, mate.
I agree with Lewis Skelly. Though.
Yeah.
Worst transfer, this prick. Can I please go first?
Go on.
Stupid little prick. Started the season right, fucking so excited, like this player's going to be my FPL master pick.
Oh, I know.
And he is a little fucking twat who's done, I don't even know if he's still injured. So full cum for 27 million.
Full cum?
Yeah, because he's full of cum, mate. He's shit.
He's got
What's the point? He was so good leaning into it. I was like, oh, he's going to be good at West Ham.
He's got 2 goals.
Yeah, he was all right in the Euros.
He's fucking
he's just
shit.
a big stiff idiot.
My worst transfer is Fulkrug as well. The fact that obviously
I've got a better
Antonio
one, I
has
think.
been injured for a long, long time, and Fulkrug is still just nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. I think he's injured, though. I don't know what's going on with
I
him.
don't care.
The
Fuck
fact
him.
you've got
I've gone with Sancho.
he's
Sancho.
expected to be back April 2025, hamstring injury.
Mine's Sancho. He's fucking rubbish.
Is that this season? They were close to paying Man United to keep
counting as a loan.
Yeah, he's the sign.
Yeah, but
it's obligation to buy. They're going to have to pay United 5 million to not sign.
not gonna
He's
do it.
obligated to buy. It's not like an option to
obligated to buy him for like 25 million.
No.
But
How funny
Chelsea
is that?
are considering paying United 5 million to not buy him.
I think they're sticking it out and getting him now.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think it's worth. Oh no, you pay 5 million not to keep him, but that's just
you save money on wages.
I mean,
Speaking of Chelsea, what about João Felix? He's not even at Chelsea anymore. He's on loan to AC Milan.
Yeah.
Chiesa as well. He's fucking not.
Chiesa,
whatever.
No, Sancho's been worse.
He's not even showing himself. Like, he's not even got played except for when he came on in the final.
I think Chiesa's goal, and I know he scored a well-taken goal, but he
also hasn't really had a chance.
That's what I mean.
Well, that's what we're talking about. Like, they signed him to play football.
Yeah.
True, but I'm judging players on if they've come in, played, and been shit.
Do you know
Sancho?
As much as it pains me to say, another name we should be talking about is Nketiah. 30 million to go to Crystal Palace.
I can't believe he paid 30 million.
But he's only scored once in the Prem this season in 20 appearances. I don't know with how good Mateta's been, but it's just I really want it to work for him at Palace, but it hasn't clicked yet.
That's Arsenal's
30 million's
best
not cheap, by the way.
That's Arsenal's best transfer, genuinely.
Do you think though? Because
Getting
I think
30
they could have
million
done with him.
I think
we
getting
could have
30
done with him
million.
this season.
They could have done with him now.
We really could have done with him this season.
That is actually true. Yeah,
but like, do you know what I mean? Like, they signed him for 30 mil, and it just hasn't, for whatever reason, it hasn't worked from there.
Good.
But
I just don't think he's that good.
He's not that good.
He's got time to make it work with Mateta's injury.
I don't think he's that good. I don't know when he's ever shown that he's that good.
I think
30 million.
I honestly think Nketiah's like I think he'd be really good like championship striker.
Yeah, I genuinely look at him like
loads of goals
fucking Dwight Gale.
Like, he's not. Yeah, he's a bit. I think he is like Dwight Gale. Yeah.
I don't understand how 30 million happened. It was crazy.
He did have a good season.
I think it's just like when you come from Arsenal, I think you just carry a bit more oomph.
No, he did play well. He played very well.
Very well.
I was saying this to you last season. No, he weren't good enough, and I know he's having a few moments scoring and that, but he's all right.
I think you put any capable striker in an Arsenal team, and they'll look good. They'll look good, and they'll score some goals
because you create so many chances.
Not Havertz though.
He said capable striker.
First, yeah. Well, I think João Felix got to be out there. Like, they've loaned him straight back to straight to AC Milan.
I'm not mad.
Like,
I'm not mad at that shout.
That's beast mode.
There's definitely been a few bad transfers for show.
For sure.
Thoughts on Xerxes?
I think he's all right.
Just taking time to.
I don't think that's the worst transfer because he didn't cost that much. He was like 35 million, wasn't he? Around that, I think. And he's all right. He's not a goal scorer, is he?
But United in general are pretty poor.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it hasn't been a great signing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not fucking saying he's Pele, but he's all right.
It's not been the worst. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Right. Remaining trophies. You've got the Europa League, Champions League, FA Cup.
I've cooked with this.
Same.
Premier League.
This also goes into best take for me. Because I'm saying Spurs are going to win the Europa League.
Oh, I was close to saying that.
Bournemouth are going to win the FA Cup.
This is crazy. The leap of Tom Garratt with Bournemouth is mental.
Up the cherries. And the team who are going to win the Champions League is the team I said would win it at the start of the season. And everyone laughed at me. Everyone went, Real Madrid, City, yeah. Barcelona. I think they're the best team in Europe. And they've got
The best player in Europe,
arguably the best player in the world at the minute.
Rafinha.
No.
Jamal.
Yes. And they've got the best midfielder in the world.
Pedri.
He's good.
Thank you.
Jamal's been cooking for Spain in international break, hasn't he?
Although he missed his penalty in the shootout.
Let's face it, right? Barcelona will beat Dortmund. Dortmund having a really poor season in Bundesliga. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
They're like 11th or something, aren't they? Bayern Munich beat Inter?
I don't know. I'd back Inter.
No, by Munich.
I'd back Inter to win that, genuinely.
Yeah, I think that's a hard one to call. PSG beat Villa.
Yes, PSG are fucking good.
Arsenal beat Real Madrid. So you've got Barca versus either Bayern Munich or Inter.
I think they beat that. I think Barca have got a nice run to the final now. The other side's the tough side, isn't it? So who are your three?
Yeah, you have to do your three.
I've got Spurs, Barca, and Bournemouth.
Yeah.
That's a weird sentence, isn't it?
So I've got the FA Cup winners as Forest to beat Bournemouth away
That's not a bad.
because they play each other in the semi.
Yeah. Well, no,
But it's at Bournemouth.
Bournemouth have got City though, and I think if
Oh wait, what are you talking about?
I'm excited about the FA
really?
Cup this
well,
year.
they haven't, what the
they
FA,
played
Bournemouth have got
Brighton.
City.
the FA Cup hasn't been drawn. What are you on about?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, the
Bournemouth
semi-final.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, semi-final. Yeah, you don't
draw
know.
Oh, Forest away to Brighton. Sorry. Yeah, they beat Brighton.
That's a good game, that. But
It's at the
I
Annex.
love the FA
That's
Cup
what it is.
this year. There's so many good teams.
Yeah, I really want City to go out because I want a new team to win it.
Yeah. Preston North End are still in against
Yeah.
Villa. Oh, wow, that's impressive.
Mate, and also the teams in like the Fulham, Forest, Brighton, Bournemouth, like they're all
Palace.
they're
Am I right in
solid
saying-
teams. Palace aren't on their
Am I
level.
right in saying I don't think Palace or Bournemouth or Brighton have ever won a trophy, a major trophy?
I think it's been like what was it, like
I don't
300
know.
years or some shit.
300
No,
years.
you know that's
That
not
was
right.
Newcastle.
Right.
So
No,
I've
I
got
said because I've been my feed's just been stacked of like
There's
last time
definitely a
teams
few
won
teams.
trophies.
I might have got that wrong. Don't fucking cook me. But there's definitely a few teams left in the FA Cup who've never won a trophy, like in general, ever.
Interesting. Producer.
I'm pretty sure Bournemouth's won. I'm not counting like winning the championship as one about like a domestic major trophy.
yeah.
Like, I don't think Brighton have either because maybe Brighton have. I think they might have won an FA Cup.
Palace are waiting for the first.
Yeah, Palace have never. Bournemouth haven't though, have they?
Have Bournemouth ever won a trophy?
I know.
That's how you Google it.
Cheers, mate. No, they've never done it.
And they
either.
have Brighton, the fake Albion.
Brighton could do it, man. You haven't said Europa League one, Theo.
I-
Okay, yes, I said Forest win the FA Cup. Europa League, I've got Man United.
Do you reckon?
The Bruno
Brighton won the
Fernandes.
1910
That's a
Community
good
Shield.
shout.
Bruno
are.
Fernandes.
1910 Charity Shield.
That's not a major trophy.
The reason I got Man United is I just think like again they're just going to cover up a garbage season with another trophy.
They do
You know
that.
what?
They
They
do,
keep
yeah.
doing that,
I know what you mean.
and they've turned into a bit of Europa League merchants. You know,
I think Amarin's suited to it, isn't
Have
he?
you seen the stat about Bruno Fernandes? He's lost possession. Not that one. I think he might be Europa League like top assister of all time or something like that.
Probably for being sporty.
But do you know how like funny that stat is?
He's
Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United.
he was really good at the Portugal game as well the other day.
Yeah, he is good though, isn't he? He's great.
Who's your Champions League?
Champions League got Arsenal.
I like it.
I actually do, yeah.
Back yourself, lad.
I do. I don't know whether it's just like
Is Saka going to be back in time?
He's back now after
second,
international break.
potentially the away leg. I don't know if he'll start.
He
but-
won't be back yet.
Apparently he's back after international break.
Yeah, no, he is back in April.
Well, in the meetings, I told you.
Yeah, how's it?
Well, I was actually in the meeting the
How's
other
it?
day. So
I seen you there. Got a coffee.
I don't know if it's like nostalgia, 06 nostalgia or whatever it is.
why do you keep bringing
Nostalgia
that
of winning
up?
the Champions League.
No, it's just like the run we
What's
had.
nostalgia?
It's the
Have
run
you
we
lost?
had.
You
Yeah, no, but
literally
we beat Real Madrid at the Bernabeu.
Yeah.
Goal. We went through against them.
You also had Thierry Henry.
Yeah, we got Thacker, Bukayo Thacker.
I
don't know. You know when
I think
if we beat Real Madrid,
I think
we
you're
win the whole thing.
downplaying the disparity in quality between you and Real Madrid.
But they have Real Madrid still, you know. Like
Back then
Champions
in 06, you were better than Real Madrid. You were. Real Madrid, this is when they were going through like
the Galactico era.
yeah,
no?
but it was like they were bad.
Well,
Trust me. They like their players were coming to the end, like Zidane, Ronaldo. They were not that good, mate. Compare the two teams. Also, were the best. Also, were like the best team in England at the time.
Right, Real Madrid started with Arsenal's starting lineup was Lehmann, a back four, a Boué at left back, Senderos, Colo Torre, and Gilberto at right back.
Oh, you have
centre
had
mid,
this
No, but that wasn't their best.
centre mid of Flamini, Fabregas, Kleb on the right, Reyes on the left, Lundberg in behind, Thierry Henry.
That's other than the back four. That's a good team.
Flamini.
Oh, well, what's theirs?
Flamini.
What's theirs?
And we
This might be one of your biggest
It won't
stinkers
be
here.
there. Honestly,
You've been
back in
caught
06,
out.
in 06, Real Madrid were not that
Do you know
good.
what, Theo? Sometimes we just like agree with them.
No,
and,
no,
like,
they weren't.
Yeah.
When
They
we fact
weren't.
check,
I used to love Real
Flamini.
Madrid as a kid. Flamini was good.
it was not fuck off, man.
What's
It's
Real Madrid's
Flamini.
team?
Oh, fuck you. Real Madrid with Casillas, Cicinho, Sergio Ramos,
Cicinho.
Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, this is a young Ramos.
Jonathan Woodgate.
Woodgate.
He was
yeah.
good. Roberto Carlos,
At the end of his career.
Oh my god.
Gravison.
Thomas Gravison. And you're moaning about Flamini.
Gravison was good.
Gravison was not better than Flamini.
Beckham, Guti, Zidane,
That was good,
Robinho, Ronaldo.
Ronaldo was at the end. Ronaldo was washed then. Trust me, I know. I was there.
Yeah, that one didn't age well. Then.
Back in 06, Arsenal were better than Madrid. They were. Maybe not that team, but they were.
In 06. That team in 06 when they played.
I actually think those teams are pretty level.
But what's the point if they're a better team when they
No,
don't play
no
them?
English
That's not the
side
debate.
had ever won at the Bernabeu. You know that.
Is that a true stat?
It was the first English side to ever win
I
at the
don't know
Bernabeu.
if that's true.
That is true because it was such a big deal.
I don't know if that's true.
We were the first English side to win at the Bernabeu.
Ever. Or just in the Champions League.
Ever. How else would you play them?
The European Cup before 92.
Well, yeah, but that still counts as ever.
That's what I mean. Google that, please. If that's right, I will shake your hand.
Real Madrid won La Liga 06, 07, 07, 08. So they're pretty good still.
They weren't. They were
In 2006,
they weren't, man.
pretty
They weren't.
good. They won
Honestly,
back-to-back
weren't.
titles.
Yeah, I
They
think
weren't.
it's Arsenal. I think first, and then Liverpool, and then City. I've done it since. So Arsenal did it in 2006, Liverpool 2009.
That's fucking crazy.
I'm
That
an
is a
Arsenal
good-
fan. You know, I don't have a lot of knowledge, but I do know certain things.
Um,
What are we talking about? Yeah, I've got Arsenal to win Champions League.
I've got Frankfurter. I like Frankfurters to win Europa League. FA Cup. I think it's Brighton's year, and I'm very excited about the FA Cup. And
So Brighton Forest is a big game for me and you then, Lou.
I'm quite wounded we're not in the mix there. We could have done the double. It's fucking sad because everyone's shit. And then in Champions League, I have Arsenal.
Oh, that you cannot.
Fuck
You're not
off.
allowed. You're not allowed to do that. mate.
Please.
You are joking.
You're not allowed
Do you
to
know-
do
do you
that.
know, sometimes-
You're not allowed to do that.
Do you know?
You are the biggest wanker
Yeah.
ever. Like, how can you say that? Like,
What have I done?
all you've done is slate them and say how shit they are, and they're going to
Well, we're not
Yeah.
going to
Bottle
bottle
it,
it. We're not
yeah.
going to bottle it in Champions League, no.
You don't believe that.
I do. Do you know why?
No, you don't. Look me in the eyes and tell me you believe they will win the Champions
I
League.
believe Arsenal will win the
You're a
Champions League.
liar. You're an
Crazy.
absolute
Mate,
How
no,
can you
no,
tell
no.
us the biggest bottle job ever and then say we're going to win the Champions
You've got
League?
one of the best managers in Europe.
Oh my God, you're a novice.
Saka's back, the best right winger in
such
Europe.
a twat. What a twat.
You've got the best right winger in Europe.
You're a twat.
You've got the best centre back
What are you
partnership. I sometimes football
Wait,
throws out
so
curveballs.
fucking Mr. Blobby runs in here now with a machete and an AK, pins you down, puts a finger up your bum, and then goes, "You've got 5 seconds, right? Arsenal! Tell me who wins the Champions League, and if they do, you live.
Wait.
If they don't,
I say Arsenal.
So
You're
you
a
think
liar.
Arsenal will beat like Barcelona in the final?
Yes.
you're a liar.
Arsenal's going to go and win. They're going to win at the Bernabeu again. Did you know they're the first English team to ever win at the Bernabeu?
Against the team who won back-to-back La Ligas.
Yeah, they're going to do it. Arsenal's going to win the Champions League. You heard it here first. Why is that so crazy to say, Theo? Why is it so crazy? Arsenal's a world-class team.
You're going against
Because you don't
everything you've
actually
said all
believe it,
season.
and-
Arsenal,
You know what?
do we all agree? Arsenal's a world-class team with a world-class
Do you
manager.
know what? You're being disingenuous right now.
I'm not. Is Arteta a world-class
Why are you
manager?
doing this? Why are you doing this?
Is Arteta a world-class manager?
Why are you doing
You're being a child.
How am I being? I don't understand. So I hate on Arsenal. I'm in the wrong. I say Arsenal's going to win.
He's such a
Is
liar.
Arteta
Gaslighter,
is he a
man.
world-class manager?
A world chess master.
Why are we talking about this right now?
Is he?
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't think he is.
Well, you're going to be proven wrong when he lifts the Champions League trophy above his head.
Okay, next.
I wish you're right.
Arsenal.
Premier League?
Best take, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Liverpool. Best take of the year. I've said Lewis saying Newcastle will win a trophy before Arsenal.
That's pretty
After obviously the FA Cup, which he clearly forgot about.
I've gone me predicting Barcelona to win the Champions League. So they're gonna, and no one thought they would at the start of the season.
You're actually such an oracle, man.
I really am.
Shame you're going to be wrong, though.
Do you reckon?
Arsenal going to do it. What's your best take,
Lewis said Tottenham are going to be shit.
You didn't say they
It
were
was a
going
bit.
to be
I think it might have been
shit.
ninth though. I think it was
You're
actually
not
ninth.
having that.
I think it was ninth. I had them, and they're very likely they could
You
finish
did
ninth.
not have them ninth.
I think I did have them ninth. By the way, the amount of scrutiny you put me under as well, that
Yeah,
show.
that is true.
And by the way, I think we made a bet, and someone put it in a comment. I've not seen a response, but I'm going to have to watch that through because I'm sure we made a bet about Spurs.
That's fine. We still owe them a dinner as well.
Yeah.
They
and
don't
also,
want to associate with
what,
us.
did we put any money on when I said over Christmas and
You don't pay your bets
December
anyway, so let's not do that.
Nottingham
I
Forest
still
would
have
get,
to. Well,
Nottingham Forest to get Champions League, and you said there's no way on earth that
we
would
have had a
happen.
bet on that.
Have we
It's in my
actually?
notes.
Have we actually?
Yeah, the bet is
Oh, I'm nervous about this.
Theo. Oh no, that's my mate Theo. Theo B. We've got two, and I think you're going to win both. We're not Forest. We've had £50 on United to finish 8th or above,
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
and £50 West Ham versus Bournemouth league position.
Oh!
That I think that one isn't where. No, Bournemouth and Mars.
Bournemouth, yeah.
Bournemouth for 10 points ahead of West Ham.
That's doable.
Bournemouth for 10th, West
How
Ham
far
for
have
16th.
United off 8th?
Mate.
So
Do you know
far.
they're gonna have a-
8 points.
That mate, both those bets are alive and kicking.
Nah, because 8th are Fulham, Brighton,
Man United's going
Newcastle.
to have the worst points tally
Forest
in history.
are 6 points clear of 4th place, by the way. Forest are only 4 points behind Arsenal.
Yeah, I don't think we did have a bet on that, but I did definitely say they weren't going to finish top 4, and they probably will now. I just thought they'd slip to 5th. I thought City and
I
Chelsea
saw it, man.
would.
But they have got an issue, though. Chris Wood is injured.
And Newcastle's coming.
I do. Yeah, I honestly did. I remember looking at their fixtures, and I did think Forest would. They had a tough run
But
recently.
they beat the people they needed to beat. Do you know what I mean?
They did, but they lost to Newcastle. No, who did?
They beat City, didn't they?
Yeah, no. I'm thinking of who did they lose to? They
I'll
lost
tell
2
you.
in a row, didn't they?
I'll tell you.
They lost at
They
you.
lost to us.
They lost to Fulham and Newcastle.
Yeah.
2 big games. Nah.
And then they drew to Arsenal.
Worst take.
I don't have any worst takes written down.
I have.
I don't remember any bad takes this season.
Well, I mean, this could be.
I don't remember any bad takes happening this season.
This could be endless. Lewis saying Newcastle will go unbeaten and win the treble.
That's a funny take. That was bad.
We did win a trophy though.
Yeah,
I was.
but
Yes, but yeah.
that's like saying.
I'm still taking the win. on
That's
that
like
one, I think.
saying, oh, Lewis like murdered this child, and you went, I ate a yogurt though.
I did eat a yogurt though.
What? That was like the most
Like,
Zlatan
Because it
Ibrahimovic
makes
thing you've
no
ever said.
sense.
It
what
does
you're-
make sense. We almost
You
did it.
said you were going to go unbeaten and win the treble.
We completed a
And you're
third of what I
seventh?
said. We completed a third of what I
Where
predicted.
are they in the league?
Who?
I was the
Newcastle.
third right.
Newcastle are currently sat in
Fifth,
sixth.
Close to
Level
fifth.
on points with
You
Brighton.
actually weren't a third right. You were at a fourth right because you said you
Quarter.
were
Newcastle. So Newcastle. Hang on a second. Breaking news. Newcastle are 2 points off 4th. So a win in their next game will take them 4th, and they have a game in hand.
Yeah. We're actually gonna. We're
I
gonna
think
finish top
Newcastle
4.
will get top 4.
I think we're gonna chase down Arsenal.
No, you're not.
Your game in hand is against Leicester away, I believe,
Oh,
on Monday
tricky one,
night.
That's easy.
Tricky that. Cool.
So if they win their game in hand, they go fourth, you mean?
Well, they got Brentford at home first, but then their game in hand is Monday night after that.
I might triple captain either.
Oh yeah, he's gonna kick. Well, let us know yours.
Let us know
in the
your,
comments.
yeah, probably worst takes.
Or it's Palace away on this on.
I've had
16th,
a
I
few
don't
this
know.
season, to be fair. My predictions have been honking this season. Like, bad. Really bad.
Yeah,
I had Spurs third, I think.
Yeah. You
I
were so
Spurs
passionate. You were
third.
so
They had a good
passionate
team,
about
though,
that,
I had
like,
by the way.
Spurs third. Arsenal to win the league. I did have Chelsea fourth or fifth, though. That and a lot of people had them lower. Yeah, fucking hell. So bad.
Yeah,
I did call the bottom 3, though, from the get-go, and I was very adamant on that.
Oh, the lights were fixed.
Yeah, the lights are back.
See, that was like I was talking about my good takes, and they went.
You're talking about your bad takes, actually.
No, I've moved to my good ones.
Oh, where's that come from?
What now?
Right. Well, we've got to do the whole show again with better lighting.